This content is recreated to fit YouTube's policies, fair use, and licensed content. Welcome back to another episode of Whip Media TV. I'm your host, Whip Media Mickey, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe right now. Join the Vibe Tribe. And if you feel generous and want to leave me a tip for my extra hard work with my editing skills, I'll leave the Cash App link down below. Okay, on today's episode, I cover life. In 1997, at a Mississippi State Penitentiary, elderly convict Willie Long tells his friends' life story at their burial. Ray Gibson and Claude Banks, New Yorkers from different worlds, meet at a club called Spanky's in 1932. Ray, a small-time thief, picks Claude as a mark. Ray convinces club owner Spanky to let him and Claude pay off their debt via bootlegging. Traveling south to buy Mississippi hooch, they pay for the booze and enter a local bar. Ray loses his father's prized pocket watch to a card hustler, Winston Hancock. Outside, racist sheriff Warren Pike kills Hancock, framing Ray and Claude. Ray and Claude are given life sentences with hard labor at an infamous prison camp called Camp 8. They immediately run afoul of guards, Sergeant Dillard and Hoppin' Bob, and also meet fellow inmates Django Leg, who makes a pass at Claude. Willie Long, Biscuit, another homosexual inmate involved with Django Leg, Radio, Goldmouth, a bully who picks a fight with Ray, Cookie, the chef, and Pokerface. Claude's cousin, an attorney, unsuccessfully appeals his conviction and seduces his girlfriend, who's grown tired of Claude's selfishness. With no chance of freedom, Claude and Ray break out, getting as far as Tallahatchie before being captured. In 1944, 12 years later, Claude and Ray meet young mute inmate Can't Get Right, a talented baseball player who is cited by the Negro League scout who offers a pardon to play. Sensing opportunity, Ray and Claude introduce themselves as his handlers. Despite his talent, Can't Get Right is often distracted by May Rose, the daughter of Camp 8's Superintendent Abernathy. Now, after May Rose gives birth to a biracial boy, Abernathy demands to know who is the father. Various inmates simultaneously claim to confuse Abernathy and save Can't Get Right. During a dance social, Biscuit confides to Ray that he is due for release but fears returning to his family because of his homosexuality. Despite Ray's sincere encouragement to resume life on the outside, Biscuit instead commits suicide by crossing the gun line, much to the shock and heartache of other inmates. Can't Get Right releases without Ray and Claude, causes extreme frustration and a bitter falling out. Over the following years, Ray attempts several escapes alone, unsuccessfully. In 1972, Ray and Claude are still not speaking. Their friends have all died except Willie. One day, Claude snaps running past armed guards to steal a pie, and he's punished by having to stand barefoot on a case of bottles for 24 hours. Dillard offers to set Ray free if he will shoot Claude should he move. Ray refuses and is given the same punishment. Touched, Claude apologizes and they finally make amends. Now one day, Ray and Claude are transferred to live and work at his Superintendent Dexter Wilkins' mansion. Ray does yard work while Claude works inside and befriends with him. Claude is entrusted to pick up the new superintendent, Sheriff Warren Pike, the man who wrongfully framed him. While on a pheasant hunt, Ray notices that Pike has his father's watch, having framed him for killing Winston Hancock 40 years prior. When Ray presses Pike on the true origins of his watch, Pike instantly recognizes Ray and threatens to shoot him. Ray wrestles the gun and points it at Pike. He tells Wilkins that Pike framed him and Claude for murder, which the sheriff admits without remorse by justifying that at least the state of Mississippi had them as cheap labor for 40 years. As Claude struggles to stop Ray from killing him, Pike aims at them both with a hidden derringer. Realizing that they are both innocent, Wilkins kills Pike and covers it up as a hunting accident, but then suffers a fatal heart attack in his bathroom before he can pardon them. Then in 1997, Ray and Claude live in a prison infirmary. Claude tells Ray a new plan, but Ray has accepted his fate. Later that night, the infirmary catches fire, and they seemingly perish in the flames. Willie concludes the tale by outlining Claude's plan. Ray and Claude would steal 2 bodies from the morgue, start a blaze, plant the bodies, hide and escape in the fire trucks. Willie reveals to workers and inmates the plan worked. The bodies buried are not Ray and Claude, who have gone back to New York immediately and are watching a Yankees game. They are again on good terms, free and living together in Harlem life.